Hi everybody, it's Deb from Deb's RV Services and welcome to today's video. Today is an episode of Deb's Corner. Today I am going to walk you through what I do to prepare for a trip. So I am leaving, and I told you in one of my other videos how I'm going to be inspecting a Lazy Days in Oregon. So I have to prepare to go on a trip and leave my motorhome behind. So I wanted to walk you through the steps that I take and what I do to prepare myself. So the first step that I had to do was figure out where I was going to leave my motorhome. I happened to be in Flagstaff at a boondocking spot where I also have a friend with me so she can watch over my stuff while I'm gone. In that particular circumstance, it is fine to leave your RV in a boondocking spot, but if I did not have anyone here to help me or to watch over my stuff, I would never ever leave my RV in a boondocking spot. I have had to leave before, and what I typically do is I get an RV spot at a local campground. You can even let the management know that you are going to be leaving. You're still paying for your spot, but you are going to be gone for a couple of days. If you are going on an extended trip, I would say that you would want to maybe put your RV in storage. But for a business trip like what I'm doing, and it's just a couple days, I can either get a campground spot or I can leave it like I am now in the boondocking area. Second thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I have proper luggage so that I can easily pack up and unpack. I need something that can stow away in my RV. So what I did was, actually my mom bought it for me for Christmas and it was absolutely the best gift. It's a collapsible luggage bag. So this is a big enough bag for me to fill up for my 2-night trip. And I can unpack it there. I can bring all my tools, can bring all my essential items, and then I can bring it back. And then what I do is I fold it all up and I put it in the overcab area. You could store yours in a cargo bay, anywhere that you have extra storage, but it's a perfect size for me to go on these small trips. I used to carry luggage that was the bulky bag type of luggage, and it just took up too much space, so I got rid of it. This has been the perfect solution for traveling in an RV. Something that's super important to me when I go on any trip is coffee. When I stay at hotels, the coffee is usually gross and it's weak, and I really like my own coffee and my own strength of coffee. So I use this Clever Dripper, and it's something that I'll link on Amazon for you. But it is absolutely been a game changer for me in the RV world, because I can take it with me if I have to do any business trips or go anywhere. Whether I'm boondocking or hooked up to electric, it never fails me. It's easy to use because all you need is the hot water. So if you're not hooked up to electric and you're using your gas stove, you just heat up your water and then you put in your cone filter. You pour the water into the coffee, and then you can let it sit as long as you want because it doesn't release the coffee right away. Some of these other pour overs release the coffee too soon, and I like it to steep just for a little bit, like a tea. So then when I place the Clever Dripper over top of my cup, then it releases the coffee. So the release is this. It pushes in, so as soon as it sits on your cup, it presses in and then releases the coffee. I've gone through several of these over the years, and only because I busted one and one got really old, and so I just replaced it. Then I had two for a while. So if I was traveling a lot or going into different places, staying at a friend's place, I just bring my own little Clever Dripper, and all I need is to heat water and bring my own coffee of choice, and I'm all set. Okay, so this is going to be a full premiere inspection, so I need to make sure that I pack all the tools that I'm going to use for the inspection. Now, my car is loaded with all different types of tools, but I can narrow down the exact amount of tools that I need that can fit inside of my luggage easily and won't take up too much space. Now, the first thing that I'm going to take is my propane leak test kit. I already know that this is a Lazy Days motorhome. I already know that it doesn't have an exterior port, so there's no sense in me bringing my other set of, I have a hose that I use, which looks like this, that I have created to use if there's an exterior location for me to do the leak test. But I don't need to use that because I'm going to use it at the stove level, which I need this kit. So that's going to be the first thing I pack. The next important tool is going to be my multimeter. So I'm gonna make sure I have that because I need to check all the voltage. Now, something that I would normally have with me is a lighter, but I'm not gonna take this with me. I'm not gonna carry it on the plane. Well, I'm definitely not gonna carry it on the plane because they won't let me, but I'm not going to pack it in my luggage because I know that I can get a lighter there. So I'm leaving that behind. I'm not taking that with me. I also don't need to take a cup. I can get that at the location that I'm at. That is not gonna be a problem. This is breakable and I don't wanna take the chance that it's gonna break inside of the luggage while it's traveling. I love having a Thermo Gun, and this is perfect for showing temperatures of things. So I like to run the dash AC, look at the temperature, and I also like to run the furnace and look at the temperature. It's a great way to look at different temperatures of everything, and with the wiring, I can take temperatures of that too and make sure that it's not overheated. I do a hot skin test, and so this is the mechanism. These are the tools that I use for that. I use this along with my multimeter so that I can test and make sure that there's no excess voltage on the exterior of the RV. Super important tool. This is going to check the polarity and the GFCI of all the outlets, and I will take this with me for sure. This is a great tool to have. If you don't have one of these, you can check your own polarity. You can find out how much voltage you have, and you can also find out if your GFCIs work. Tire pressure monitor. So this is going to be used for sure. I can look at all the pressures of the tires and it shows on a digital display for me. So I'm definitely going to take that. And I'm going to take a simple screwdriver. This actually is I think they're called 9-in-1s, but it has every kind of type of, if I had a square head, or if I have a Phillips, or if it were a flat head, I would be able to use this for all of those. So this is definitely going to be put to good use. Thermometers, I take these. I am going to be testing the air conditioner. I'm going to be testing the refrigerator temperature and the freezer. So I have a couple different types of thermometers. I actually had 2 of this type, but I left one in somebody's RV, and that's okay. This is what happens. That's why I get cheap tools, well, cheap thermometers, because I do tend to leave these things places. This is going to tell me if it has the proper tread, and so I take this tool with me, and this is light and not going to take up too much space. Another handy tool. Now I know that this is an older motorhome. So it's not going to have the USB connections. Mine doesn't. There could be an opportunity where maybe she had some aftermarket stuff put on the RV, so I will still take this. It's a USB. It checks to see if there's voltage there, so I just take this, connect it, and it'll tell me if I'm running about 5 volts. I always need a little flashlight, so this one's USB, and I'm going to take this with me because I love to be able to, when I get underneath and I'm looking at the tires, when I'm looking inside of things, I really like to have that light pointed. Now, technically I could use my phone and I wouldn't need to use this, but I love to have a flashlight with me, and it's easy, it's light, and I can easily take it with me. So I think that that is about everything that I'm going to need. And so let me show you. So I have my leak test here. I think with all this stuff, it's going to take up maybe just a tiny portion of my luggage. The rest will be able to be used for my clothes and my coffee. Now I know I'm just laying this in here right now for you guys, but I'm actually going to go get one of my extra bags, and I'm going to put all of my tools in the extra bag so that when I get there, I can take my tool bag with me, and then I can just take it to the location to do the inspection. And I'm not going to have them just loose laying around my bag. I am going to make sure that everything that I put in there, even with that coffee clever dripper, that I wrap it up so that it doesn't break during transit. Something else that I forgot to mention that I do have to take with me are knee pads. These are lifesavers because I'm checking out the tires, or I'm going underneath, or I'm looking in cargo areas. I definitely want to protect my knees. I also use those to climb the roof. So I'm not gonna be able to bring a blanket with me. And there's other tools that I have, but they would pertain to a different type of RV. so I don't need those tools. So I am taking what is necessary for the motorhome, an older motorhome that works on propane and electric. So that's gonna work out good for me. I also got my bag, so all my tools are gonna go into this extra bag here. I don't need a ladder because a ladder is already on the back of the RV, and if I was going to a location, I would make sure that the owner had a ladder if I needed one, but I know in this case I'm gonna have a ladder available for me. Something else that I use is this Fanny Pack. So this comes in handy when I'm doing inspections. I put everything in there, so that way when I'm walking around the RV, I can just pull something out, use that particular tool. Not all of them fit in there, but the things that I use more than once fit in there, and then I can just pull it out and put it back in. So in this particular trip, this is a business trip. Like I said, it's 2 days. I don't need to worry about a lot of things. So I don't really have to necessarily pack shampoo or things that I need. I can get that at the hotel I'm staying at. If I didn't have those things, I would probably use a tiny travel bag and put like little trial size of soaps and shampoos and all the things that I would use. But I'm not gonna worry about that. I will bring my own set of cosmetics and things that I use, my skincare routine and all that with me, and pack my clothes. But I just need enough for a couple days, so it's gonna be a pretty light load. And I've already got all my tools packed, and I'm gonna be ready to go in the morning. So I hope that this video is kind of like a cross between a Deb's RV Services and a Deb's Corner, because I talked about inspection things, but that's okay. I just wanted to give you kind of an update. I am in the process of getting ready to leave. By the time this video airs, I'm already gonna be on my way back. So I wanted to create something that showed you how I'm prepping for my trip, and then I will be creating a video on how the inspection went on a Sunday video. I'm not sure if I won't have that out right away. It's kind of tough for me right now because I have a lot going on. So for me to fit in making the videos, editing the videos, and getting them out and trying to do twice a week, it is challenging for me, I have to admit that. But I want to keep doing this and going forward, even if they're 5-minute videos or 10-minute videos. I'm still giving you information on what's going on in my life and how things are going. So wish me luck on this trip, and that this inspection goes smoothly for my client. I'm very excited that she will have a lazy days, and she's very excited too. So I will see you on the next video, and you guys have a great rest of your week. And for those that were wondering, Miss Izzy can't come with me. She's gonna miss her mama, but she's gonna be staying with my friend Lisa, who will take very good care of her and spoil her, won't they? Right, Izzy? Yeah, you're a good girl, right? Say hi.